Hi.
Okay, how are you today?
It's quite normal. I just stayed at my home the whole day and do my homework.
Hmm. How about your reading practice test and listening practice test?
I think I'm doing better on the listening test,
Hmm.
and I also prefer it than the reading test.
Hmm. How many correct answers can you get for listening and reading?
It's probably about um 35 in listening for average on average, and um forget 37 in a reading test, but I don't do it quite often.
Sorry, 35 listening, right?
Yes,
And 20, 30 for reading?
uh, 37 because it takes me about 2 hours to finish.
Okay. Remember you have two options for reading. First, do it without checking dictionary. Huh.
Mm.
So I tell you the tips for band 9. Actually, I collect the tips from the successful candidates because now your level is about 6.5 to 7 for reading and listening.
Mm.
Okay, so for listening, do it and then check the answer and then uh, check vocab the whole test and try to translate all the listening script and shadowing. Remember, shadow like you turn on the audio and then you try to repeat huh, at the same time. This means you shadow listening this one. Um, so I tell you the tips for band 9 because we need to practice until we get 38 to 40 and then we register the test. Huh.
Oh, right.
Okay, and of course, review the vocabulary after 48 hours because we will forget it. Huh. How about for reading? And now you get more than 30 sentence correct answer. So now you need to change a little bit the method for reading. First, do it without checking.
Right.
I don't care how much time because we still have many many months, maybe 6 to 8 months before the test. So just do it. Uh, mm, don't worry about the time. Do it without checking meaning.
Right.
And after you do it, don't check the answer.
Mm.
Ha.
Mm.
Check the meaning of the whole text or the whole passages. But of course, only one passage a day. We have three passages for one test, but do one by one. You don't need to do three passages because if you check three passages at the same time, we are so tired and our brain is not effective enough to remember. Do it without checking, so easy the first time. And then after you check the meaning of the whole passage, ha, so check your answer again. It means you do it the second time because you need to make sure that whether or not you want to change the answer. Okay, for example, you do the first time and you finish 13 questions, but when you do the second time, because after you check the meaning, you realize that oh, this question is wrong, so you change it. And step 3, check answer key. Okay, so after you check answer key, you don't check the meaning again. You just check the key. And of course, uh, when you check the meaning on the test. Huh? After you check the answer, so write down. Uh, Step 4. Write down new words in a notebook. So this one for listening tips and for reading tips. Okay. I have another. I know another channel that you should try. This the when you practice shadowing, you prefer to listen to British accent or American accent.
I think I prefer American accent because um, British British accent is quite difficult, and it causes me more energy to pronounce.
Yeah. Okay. But the IELTS test, listening test, huh, is recorded by British people. Huh? So BBC service, BBC News service. Practice shadowing, you use American accent, but when you practice listening and to understand, turn on this BBC News and BBC World Service. Huh? Why you should do it? Because the accent here is exactly the accent you will listen in the IELTS test. Huh?
Mhm.
I don't ask you to practice shadowing. Just listen and to check whether or not you understand. You can try. For example, if you have 1 hour for listening, so the first 15 minutes you listen without script. Uh,
Right.
the for the other 15 minutes, it means that you can choose anything you want. You can repeat the video or you change another, but try to change the method of listening. The first one without script, the second way with English script, the third way with Vietnamese script only, and the fourth way so both English and Vietnamese. So in this way, it helps you review this one, review different varieties of sounds ha. And the collocation also. And for Vietnamese, you check whether or not you remember the meaning correctly. And without the script, it support you listening task. With the script, support you reading. So for example, bilingual subtitles support you to review the meaning of the text, but just look at Vietnamese subtitles when you don't remember the word, and most of the time focus on this one. And by this way, it helps you review all the pronunciation. Because I tell you that you pronounce uh, wrongly 20%, so you need to review pronunciation too. And listen more to British accent if you want to get uh, band 8 or both. Mm. And after that, maybe in the future, when you can understand British accent and American accent very well, you can try another accent because we need to uh, understand. Like in the future, you work in the at the airport, and the customers come from different places around the world. If you just can listen and understand British accent and American accent, it's difficult for you when you deal with people from other non-English speaking countries. Uh,
Right.
So remember BBC News and BBC World Service. Uh, it supports you both listening and reading and also writing because you make mistake or collocations.
Mm-mm.
Okay, now we continue. I repeat it to me personally.
Personally,
Up, obviously,
obviously,
similarly,
similarly,
unfortunately,
unfortunately,
understandably.
understandably.
Okay, I just want to check the meaning. So personally, yeah, tell me another phrase or synonyms. Personally.
Uh,
Personally means
in my opinion,
yeah, obviously,
clearly,
similarly,
likely.
unlikely in the likely.
Yes.
Mm. Actually not. Let me check. Likely means seems, appear. Similarly means in the same way.
Oh.
So likely something happened, probable, not similarly. Huh. Because I similarly means in the same way. In the same way. Almost the same way. Maybe 90%.
Mhm.
Alternatively means this one. Like you have two options. You follow a plan, but it's not practical. So you choose another way. Alternatively, alternatively, understandably,
Uh, um, be able to understood.
to be able to be understood, or in a understandable way, that in a way that people can understand.
Mm.
Okay. Cuối giờ sửa bài sao?
Mm.
Uh, Also continuous problems and solutions about cities. Do you want to live in the city or you want to live in the countryside, and why?
I think I prefer the countryside because I've spent my whole life here, and I feel like it should be the way I spend the rest of my life. And the second reason is that I've been spending around 1 year in the big city, and that fast-paced lifestyle doesn't suit me, and I feel like my energy is going down, or my mood is off all the time when I'm in the city. So I think in the future I would return to my hometown to have a stable life.
Hmm. Do you feel uh, annoyed because of the traffic jam or traffic congestion when you go to school in Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes, I do. I live quite near my school, only around 800 meters, but the traffic congestions takes me more time than I expected. And every day I have to wake up very early, um, just like for a backup plan if I couldn't make it to school on time. So I think it's not very beneficial to live in the city.
Uh, it's about 800 meters from your accommodation to university. So you travel by motorbike or you can walk there.
Um, I sometimes walk there, but the weather in Ho Chi Minh City, especially in the morning, is quite sunny and hot. So I usually use my
Bike motorbike.
motorbike.
Uh, if you walk there and if you travel by motorbike, does it take does it take you a lot of time to reach your destination?
Um, at first, it's only about 5 minutes because I usually get up very early in the morning, but in the later time when I get used to the schedule, I often wake up a little bit later, and unfortunately, I get in the traffic congestion, and it takes me around 20 minutes.
Mm. So, uh, I guess that you are not familiar with the traffic situations in Ho Chi Minh City. Do you think other people living in Ho Chi Minh City can adapt to traffic congestion, or they still have difficulty dealing with traffic congestion?
Mhm. I think that uh, people living in the city, it's different from me. Being in the traffic jam, it's like a daily activity that they have in their life. So I think they already get used to it, and they surely have a method to avoid that.
Mm. During rush hours, do you try to find uh, an alternative route to avoid a traffic jam, or you have no choice?
Yes, um, I'm a adventurous person, and I use most of my time to discover the routes in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm quite confident to say that I usually don't get stuck for too long in the traffic jam because I will try to find a better routes.
Mm. Do you also easily use your motorbike to explore the places around Ho Chi Minh City in your free time?
Yes, I do. I spend around um, a few hours a week just for hanging on the roads. And one advantages of my accommodation is that it's quite near to the main road, the Điện Biên Phủ Street. And every time when I get lost, I always try to ask the local where could I find my way back to the Điện Biên Phủ Street. And it's the easiest way to get home.
Why don't you use the Google Map, but you ask the local people there?
I think that the first reason is that I don't have the money to spend on 4G every time,
Mm.
and reason is that I want to communicate with local people for practicing my communication skills.
Are you afraid that meeting strangers who are treaters online, who, for example, you meet a bad person and they offer help really in a friendly way, enthusiastically. They offer to help you find the way. They travel with you, or they just give you the directions, turn right or turn left, something like that. Are you
Ah,
afraid of meeting bad people if you ask in that way?
yes, I do, but I don't usually think of that situation because I think that um, everybody doesn't have a reason to give me a wrong directions.
Mm, okay. Uh, how about the environment in Ho Chi Minh City, especially the air? Is it polluted?
Yes, apparently Ho Chi Minh City is the most polluted city in the world. I heard that from the news, and the government just banned the shippers to not to use the motorbike run by gas.
So they just banned, or is the plan maybe for the next few years, not immediately now?
I think it would be the upcoming plans. Maybe it will be started on the first day of 2026.
Mm. So to reduce the traffic congestion and also Air pollution. Uh, do you think that policy, that plan is effective enough?
No, I think that electric motorbike runs by electricity is not very safe because um, we often see news about explosions in uh, like houses uh, who have uh, i- um, in family who have electric bike and the pin they use for electrical bikes also very harmful to the environment.
Mm, okay. So people also worry worry about the cost of living in Ho Chi Minh City. Is it so costly? And uh, many people can afford it or they can't afford it.
I think that it's not very costly, and besides, the government also uh, to help people to get their own electrical bike, but the reason why people choose not to buy it is because they don't have the willing to buy it, and even though they have the government support, but spending money for a extra vehicle is not something that a normal person would do.
Mhm. How about the cost of living? The price that you need to buy for food, transportation, services, education, housing, the cost of living in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, I think it's quite high, like higher in my countryside, because what I see is that we have to spend a lot of money just for food and accommodation. Also, the cost when I use um, public service, it's a little higher in the countryside.
Uh, but when you feel stressed, you also hang out, riding a motorbike to some familiar roads. So, is it so noisy that can affect your mental health? Or even it's crowded on the street, but you still enjoy the fresh air if you go out?
I think that the reason why I choose to go out is that I um, I hate the feeling when I stayed in my room for too long, and I want to be with um, the crowded air as atmosphere. But one thing that annoys me is that it's quite polluted. Like I can smell the gas from everywhere, and it's quite disturbing. I disturb.
Uh, fresh pressure. Let me check this one for sure. Pressure rise. Pressurized. Huh. Like pressurize. Persuade somebody to do something, making them feel that they have to do it.
Oh,
For example, I say, you must do homework. If you don't do it, I will tell your mom. If you don't do it, I'll punish you. You must do it so that you can have better results.
right,
You must do it. You should do it. So I would say, I pressurize you, and you feel pressurized when you do something.
right.
Mm, okay. Now, panic. Panic. What does it mean?
It's hoảng loạn.
So you get in a panic means you feel scared. Ah, okay, you feel scared. Nightmare. Do you often have a nightmare?
Yes, very often, especially when I I would, especially in the time when I would approach a test.
You would. You had a nightmare before you had an important exam, important test.
Đúng rồi.
Okay. Uh, because you don't have a job now, so I ask you about your life and study balance. Um, are you so busy with your study, or you still can balance time for relax and study?
Oh. I think that as a new man, a freshman in university, I don't have to spend much time on the learning schedule, and I spend quite a lot of time with my friends for release my mind. But in my upcoming plans, I'd like to spend a few more hours for on learning another language.
Freshman, freshman, ha.
Right.
And man, freshman. For the plural form, we also pronounce freshman, not man. Freshman. Okay. Pressing problem. It means uh, urgent, urgent and important problem. Traffic congestion means
Traffic jam.
traffic jam.
Right.
When you get stuck in traffic, how do you feel? Do you stay calm or you would easily get angry?
I think that at the first time, get, uh, I used to get angry and annoyed when I have to spend a few minutes just for waiting for the red line. But when I get used to it, I think that it's normal thing in the city, and not only me, but also people around me. They're in the same situation, and there's nothing to be angry about.
Mm. If the government banned cars from the city centers, do you think it's possible or impossible to reduce traffic congestion?
Mm. I think that it would be more it would be possible to reduce traffic jams, especially in the city, but I don't think it would get the support from uh, the major citizen because people in the city they own cars a lot, and I don't think that they agree on banning cars from the city centers.
Mhm. Because you have never been to the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi's capital,
Mm.
but if you often get yourself updated about the traffic situations around the country, do you think that traffic in the capital is uh, easier or uh, sorry, I would say there is less traffic in the capital than Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh, I think that it's the traffic in Ho Chi Minh City would be a little more than in the capital because Ho Chi Minh City is located near to like industrial area, big industrial area like Bình Dương and Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu. So I think there's a lot of containers running in the Ho Chi Minh City than in the capital.
I see both Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are overcrowded. Ah, so it means that the city infrastructures couldn't uh, couldn't meet the increasingly increasing demand of vehicles using vehicle under growth infrastructure.
Mm.
You know this one? Uh, can you give me some examples about the infrastructure?
Yes, I think it's the 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 roads, the
Mm,
free, and
mm,
maybe park or public areas.
So about the properties, buildings, transportation, and also other services, or water supplies, electricity supplies, or we say power supplies. Power supplies mean electricity supplies,
Mm.
power supplies. Okay. Uh, Particularly means especially that you point out something specifically, particularly in the morning, especially in the morning,
Mm.
particularly or especially. Mm, uh, if the government encourage remote work, uh, maybe the government encourage the companies to implement the policies for working remotely. Is it uh, have does it have effect? Does it have negative or positive effect on the traffic control?
Mm. Yes, I think that it would be more beneficial for reducing traffic jam when people don't have to use their motorbike or cars to work. But the drawbacks of it would be would outweigh all the advantages because when we stop using cars, we would not buy gas, and it leads to a decrease uh decrease in that
So it
decrease.
discouraged the economy, including manufacturing, car manufacturing industry.
Why do I? Yeah,
Okay.
right.
But if they encourage to implement that policies, maybe 50%. We have the word hybrid. Huh? Hybrid means 50-50%, like you go to work 50% and you work from home 50%. So we say hybrid. If you search for information for the job position and they ask you the hybrid position, uh, it means that you have some days working from home and you need to work on site uh, for the other days. Mm. So this is the adjective hybrid position. Do you want to work online completely, hybrid position, or uh, on-site position?
Oh, I think that I would prefer to work in a office because I think it helps with my discipline, and it's easier to meet the deadline when I work in an office because I would easily feel comfort when I stay at home.
Actually, I have limited knowledge about your major logistics. So, before talking to you several days ago, I just supposed that when you finish your degree, you can work in the logistics company. But I have never thought about the airport logistics. Because I just think of the company that they offer delivery on road, not. on road and maybe on the sea, not by the air. Sorry, not at the airport, like the airmail.
Mm.
So and when you told me about that company, so I have uh, it means that I update a new knowledge that um, they also logistic company at the airport for transporting their packages from foreign countries.
Mm-mm.
How about your um, apply? Sorry, how about your applications for that company?
Um,
You send directly to the HR of that company, or you send your CV to your teacher?
yes, I have to send it to my teacher because he required 50 of us to send him CV so that he could send it to that company for a shortlisted version.
Mm. How many candidates sent in to apply? How many candidates applying for that position at the same time? Do you know?
No, I think that it's not just one position because we're handling it's like an event, and it requires about 5 different departments. So we would have around 10 or 15 volunteers for each department.
So that project just lasts several days or for several months.
Um, for several months, we will finish it on November.
So I guess you still have salary. Hmm. Because no volunteer work require high education. Working for a long time in Vietnam without being paid.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So read the text from number one to number three, please.
Alright. I live in a big city, and the biggest problem is that people are always stressed and overworked. Everyone is always rushing around in a hurry to get somewhere. Whenever I walk on the street, I feel pressurized. I work really fast, and sometimes I get in a panic. At rush hour, in particular, is a nightmare. I think the government should reduce the working hours to get everyone a better work-life balance.
Mm,
The most pressing problem in my city is traffic congestion. It's almost impossible to get from A to B in a car because you always get stuck in the traffic. Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 hours to get to work or to get home. I think the government needs to do something about it. Maybe they should ban cars from the city centers or make people pay to drive their cars in the city center.
mm,
I'm from the capital, and there are too many people living there. It's so overcrowded, particularly in the morning when you take the metro to work. The trains are packed full of people, and everyone gets really stressed. The solution is for the government to put more money into universities in other cities and to create new jobs there as well to encourage people to move out of the capital.
mm. So we know that Ho Chi Minh City and Hana Capital are the two largest um, cities in Vietnam, which attracts lots of businesses. So it means that those cities are so overcrowded, um, not only in the past but also now, and it will become more and more overcrowded. You hate traffic jam, but remain uh, living in big city in a big city can offer you more opportunities for your future, for your career path. Mhm. But would you refuse to get that opportunity, mm, and then return to your hometown to have a peaceful life?
Ah, I think that mm, if I choose to um, be stable in the countryside, I would never um, want to go to university in the city of university. Anyway, university in the city because I want to get a better chance to like work in a foreign company to get a high salary, like to support my financial life and also to pay back my parents. So even though I'm not staying in the city for a stable life, but I still want to spend a few years to work as hard as I can to have a big saving. At that time, return home would be my final destination.
Mm. If you want to avoid traffic congestions when you have a job, would you consider finding a place near the workplace, or uh, you also or you would hire a far away place? It means far hire a place which is far from your accommodate far from your workplace, so that you can reduce the rental, but you will allow time for traffic congestion, allow time for traveling during the traffic during the rush hours.
Mhm. Yeah, if get into a real business environment, time would be gold. And I think it's completely reasonable to to have a big investment in my accommodation, which is near to the company, so that I can save some time. And it's better to use that time for deadline or for better opportunities at work.
Hmm. Okay, so we have another phrase. This one. uh, Worsens mean uh, make something bad. So make something bad. Rely on, depend on. Productivity means the performance, your performance at work. Personal vehicles. Tell me some personal vehicles which are popular in Ho Chi Minh City now. Every time you go out and you can see.
Mm. Yes, there are cars, motorbikes, bikes, and sometimes uh, we I see ships on the river.
Mm. If you go to work, you still continue to use your own motorbike, or you would use the public transportation.
Um, I think that I'll stick with my personal vehicle because I hate the feeling when I be in a bus or a taxi. Like I don't like to share my personal space with strangers, even though it's more um, economical. Like it saves more money, but I prefer the comfort it brings when I use my personal vehicle to work.
Okay. When I um, evaluate your essays, I realized that you sometimes you have the ideas, but you don't know how to use different words. So it means to increase your vocabulary. And of course, sometimes you use the wrong collocation. So I try to find more sample answers so that you can know how to express your ideas in English. Commuters, you know commuters?
Mm.
What does it mean?
À,
People who,
không biết.
okay. Commuters are people who travel on the road between between their accommodation to the workplace, or maybe between their communications to other places, and then they return home at the end of each day. Commuters who travel on the road. not for fun, like you go to work, commute to work. You travel a bit from work to your home. So you say I commute from my workplace to my home. People who travel on the road. Uh, Travel. Now read this sample, please.
Uh, in big cities, roads are often overcrowded with vehicles, especially during rush hours. Commuters may spend hours stuck in traffic, which leads to stress, wasted time, and reduced productivity. The situation worsens as more people rely on personal vehicles instead of using public transportation.
Hmm. How can you avoid stress during the rush hours?
Oh, mm, I think that I don't get in the rush hour very often. But usually when I'm in that situation, I usually take out my phone and turn on my favorite songs.
Hmm. So, uh, is it easy for you to deal with traffic in a big city?
Uh, no, I think the only problem is that I have to wait for a long time for the red lines. And the second uh, disadvantage is that there are too many people on the road, and sometimes it causes conflicts.
Conflicts.
Mm-mm.
There are more conflicts on the road, right? Because their vehicles hit each other and then they have conflicts, arguments.
Yes.
Okay. Um, so look at this one. Sorry, I want to make it bigger. Hmm. Uh, Traffic emissions. Traffic emissions means the smokes released by the traffic, CO2, NO2, the smokes released by the vehicles during uh, when they use the road.
Mm.
Industrial activities. Can you explain or tell me some examples about the industrial activities?
Um, uh, it's like workers working in a factory or people driving to work.
Industrial activities means the production activities, like they work in the factories and they produce the products. So, in the modern world, they use the machines, modern machines. So, machines run on electricity or maybe gasolines, fuels, and it's also release the smokes into the air, so it causes the air pollution and also construction uh, dust. Mm, let's do some serious health problems like this one. Uh, Let me show you the picture.
Hên suyễn hả?
Ah, okay. This one we say asthma. Uh, asthma. Like you feel difficult to breathe. Hmm. Do you know anyone who have that symptoms?
Uh, yes. There was one friend of mine in my primary school who had this um, difficulty, and I think I saw that she often bring some kind of inhaler with her, and she use it like all the time.
Hmm. Okay. Lung disease, ha, the organ in your body to help you breathe, lung, and even the cancer. Do you wear masks? Do you wear a mask, facial mask, every time you go out?
Yes, especially when I was living in a city because it's quite polluted and it's harmful to my skin. So I always try to use mask whenever I go out.
Do you also wear a mask when you are in your hometown when you go out?
Uh, Only in rush hour because my hometown is quite peaceful and the air is clear. So I don't use mask much.
Mm, air purifiers. You know, pure, right?
Uh,
Pure is very clean. So purify and purifier uh, remove substances dirty and harmful from the air. Install air puri, sorry, purifier,
Purifier.
purifier, air purifier. Uh, is it popular in your country or in maybe in Ho City or in every family in our country?
I think it's only popular in the big cities because in my accommodation, I see that they use one of these and they say that it helps the air clearer and more safer to breathe in.
Mm. So most people in Ho Chi Minh City can afford an air purifier. Every family in Ho Chi Minh City can afford this one.
Mm, no, because it's quite expensive. Expensive.
Mm. If you have money, would you use this one and install in your house?
Um, Only when I have to live in a city because I don't think it's useful in my hometown.
Okay, read the sample, please.
Large cities have high levels of air pollution caused by traffic emissions, industrial activities, and construction dust. Breathing polluted air can lead to serious health problems like asthma, lung disease, and even cancer. Many people have to wear masks or install air purifiers in their homes.
Mm. So you just consider buying an air purifier uh,
Mm.
only when you live in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes.
Okay. So the next one, cost of living. Struggle means you have difficulty and you need to, it's really difficult for you to deal with that with a struggle. Is it expensive or not too expensive to buy a property in big cities and in your hometown currently?
Uh, yes, I think that there's a big difference in the prices of um, like estate between my hometown and the big city. Uh, for example, many people are moving to the city to pursue higher education or to get a better job opportunities, and it makes the city more crowded, like becomes overcrowded. So it means that the real estate price in the city it's getting higher day by day.
Okay. Survive financially means you struggle to earn money so that you have enough money for your life. So survive financially. Uh, if you have a job and you don't have enough money, maybe your job just give you a normal salary, not too high, not too low, just enough for you and have a little saving every month, a little of money for uh, you to send to your saving accounts every month. So you will find more extra jobs, or you try to find another higher job, higher salary job, or we have another options like you move to the countryside to live so that you can reduce the cost of living. Which one do you choose?
Um, um, I think it depends on the of on my age of that time, because like for example, if at that time I was just around 30s, or like 35, something like that, I would try my best to achieve a high salary, because I want to spend my young energy, or like my all my time when I'm still young, just for a job, because it's the it's the most it's the easiest way to get a good salary when I work as hard as possible. And then when like my purpose is to get a big saving, so working as hard as possible would be my priority.
Hmm. If you can find an online job which offer you uh, very high salary, and you can work online and you can work in your hometown, work from home. So at that time you will accept this, or you still remain working on site in Ho Chi Minh City, to so that it is beneficial and convenient for you to to increase your productivity because of the features of your major.
Oh. I think that if the salary is good, there's no reason to stay in the city. Like if I say stay in the city, I have to spend money on accommodation, food, and other expenses. So it's not very economical. Like um, living in the countryside and work online. Like I can use that money instead of like spending for living costs. I could use it for my saving. And even though working online can harm my productivity, I think that it's not a big problem, because I will try to practice my discipline to stick with the job.
If your school just offer online learning, do you think it affects your health if you just stay in your room and study?
Oh, no, no, I think it would not affect my health, because online studying it's quite beneficial. Like when I have to get up early to go to school, I sometimes skip breakfast, and if I can study from home, like skipping breakfast is not a daily activity anymore, and I even have more time to do other tasks.
Hmm. Horn. We say horn. Horn is a noun and also a verb. Like you press a device in your car, or maybe on your motorbike to make a noise so that other people can avoid you. So horn car. This one. Beep beep beep. Horn the car. So honking car. Honk, honk is a verb.
Mm.
So honk,
Mm.
honk. the noise made by a car, and we say honking, honking car.
Right.
Uh, you travel on the road and you can hear uh, many car honking, especially during the rush hours because they are stuck in the traffic. So this causes annoying feeling. It makes people irritated, easily get angry. Yeah, but when you travel on the road riding your motorbike, do you feel extremely irritated when you hear a car honking?
Uh, yes, I do. Like, um, in a situation when everyone have to wait for the red line, I think we all have our own like deadlines, or we all want to save our time. So immediately when the green light appear, everyone will try their best to move fast and not to be a barrier to other people. So I think that honking it's not a good thing to do, and I usually get annoyed when I hear honk behind my back.
Hmm. Barrier means prevention.
Mm.
Okay. Uh, do you hang out to enjoy a nightlife in Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes, I do. The atmosphere is usually crowded and like more energetic in the night.
Mm. Is it disturbing when you sleep in your current accommodation? For example, in the middle of the night when you are sleeping, uh, uh, noise can disturb you and wake you up, or is this peaceful at night or also during the day?
Ah, yeah, I think that it's I'm very lucky to have this accommodation because it's very quiet, and usually there's not any big noise happen in the day. In the late evening, I can even hear the neighbors snoring, so it's very quiet.
Mm. So read the sample. Huh?
Mm,
The high cost of living and noise pollution.
mm. uh, the cost of housing, food, transportation, and basic services in big cities is often much higher than in rural areas. Many residents struggle to afford rent or buy property. Many people may have to work extra jobs or cut down on leisure to survive financially in urban environments. City life is noisy. Traffic, honking cars, construction work, and nightlife all contribute to constant noise. This can disturb sleep, increase stress levels, and reduce the quality of life. Even in apartments, people may hear their neighbors or street sounds all day and night.
Ok. À, bữa sau học tiếp phần này. À, tức là mình sẽ chèn thêm một số sample á, để viết bài thì nó bớt tức là cái bài văn nó dùng từ đây nè. Hôm nay đọc bài này mấy ông cũng không để ý lắm, sửa cái bài này.
Ừ, bài này khá ok ạ.
Tự tin không? Trời ơi, viết không có dấu, nó không có thắng luôn á. Viết mà đi xe không thắng riết quen rồi đúng không? Ví dụ nè, ví dụ nha, ví dụ người ta đâu có hỏi mình là nhiều hơn hay ít hơn đâu, đúng không? Vậy thì cái positive là tìm hai nội dung đúng không? Negative cũng tìm hai nội dung, nhưng mà khi viết bài phải làm gì? Ghi cái nội dung mình cần viết ra hai luận điểm chính đi nha.
À,
Xong rồi cái này nè, cho hai câu giải thích, cho hai câu giải thích, cho hai câu giải thích, hai câu giải thích để làm gì, để nó cân bằng.
câu là ha.
Ngắn quá cái người về quá cũng không được. Tiếp nha, ví dụ cái câu này, first of all, trời ơi, có đúng một câu luôn á. Xong rồi secondly, được hai câu, không cân bằng. Tiếp nha, firstly là một nè, trời phải đọc đọc xong một hồi mới tìm ra. Ủa vậy là bài này mấy điểm, mấy luận điểm đây. Moreover là hai, đúng không? Rồi đây, first of all, rồi firstly cũng được, first of all cũng được, secondly thì cái chỗ này đừng dùng firstly nữa.
Ồ,
Ừ. Ha,
à,
đừng dùng firstly nữa, dùng gì thì lát tính sau. Rồi tiếp nè, câu nào quá dài phải tách nó ra. Câu này cũng thế, đây đây đây, trời ơi, thấy chưa?
ừ,
Rồi câu này tạm chấp nhận đi, hai idea đi.
ừ.
À, cái này nữa nè, cái gì mà it cannot sell rồi because xong rồi as nữa. Trời ơi, hai cái because xong rồi that nữa, sao vậy? Tách ra, nội dung thì không nói nhưng mà trình bày câu cú là không được. Rồi tự viết hoa nè, first of all nè, mình đi thi mình có đánh dấu, mình đánh máy á cho nên là sai dấu cắt nè, thấy không? Rồi tự viết hoa nè,
Ừ.
đó là một. Cái này là chắc là à, để gửi bài ngày mai về nhà ghi lại, nhưng mà đi để ý nha. à, so many tasks là quá nhiều rồi, còn frequently nữa là sao? Là nó cũng là quá nhiều đó, quá thường xuyên thì cũng là quá nhiều. Rồi đằng sau nó là mình nói, đằng sau nó mình cứ nói là cái tình trạng này chứ không phải là câu này nha, this situation, được chưa? Rồi à, tức là mình sẽ sửa thành là có frequent test và nó có impact của frequent test. Frequent test,
Ừ.
chỗ này frequent test là làm bài thường xuyên nè, final exam. Bởi vì thì phải ghi đúng rồi, bởi vì nó sẽ biết được cái môn nào mà nó cần chú ý nhiều hơn. Chấm, chấm đi. Rồi cái chỗ này mới viết lại nè, therefore cho nên, nó có thể put more focus on, tách nó ra. Rồi trên đây tự nhiên viết hoa này nè, gì nữa đây?
Ấy vô tình á, lỗi lỗi.
Rồi for in the future, cái này là chưa có sửa ý nha, chỉ mới sửa câu cú với lại cắt ra thôi đó. Rồi cũng có những cái disadvantages nè, frequent test rồi, ok. Cái gì đây? So much pressures at day học, bởi vì nó phải học nhiều giờ. Rồi ngắt câu đó đi.
Ồ,
Rồi mình sẽ nói là gì? In other words, hay nói cách khác là, tức là mình giải thích cái đó ra. In other words, they don't have time to gì gì đó. Rồi interact, chứ làm sao là interaction nè. À, interaction, rồi due to là đi với một cụm từ.
cũng
Bởi vì điều đó nó phải đối mặt với distraction hả? Không, which make them face distraction thì được. Về nhà lát nữa gửi bài ngày mai về ngồi đọc kỹ từng câu nhé. Thực ra nó cùng một cái hay, có nghĩa là vì mình viết không tốt xong rồi mình mới được sửa, mà vì mình sửa thì mình lại được nâng lên hả. Chứ mà nếu mà mình không viết á, mình đọc bài mẫu xong mình tưởng mình giỏi cũng mệt, nhưng mà hay nha, có sai thì mới có, mình mới biết được là cái chỗ này mình về sau mình giống là mình viết sai ấy. Xong rồi về sau học trò nó viết sai ấy, mình cũng biết được mình sửa nó. Rồi gì đây? Showcase that choose to end their life mà. Rồi cái từ này là nói thẳng quá. Rồi mình có một cái cụm từ khác ha, take their own life, về ngày mai chọn. Rồi tại sao chỗ này quá khứ là kể về hả?
kể.
Rồi nó không chạy theo kịp, nó không đáp ứng được. Meet, sửa một vài từ ha, nhưng mà về nhà là phải lát nữa tôi gửi bài về nhà sửa cho kỹ từng phần luôn nha. Tức là mình sửa như thế nào? Tại vì mình phải hướng tới cái gọi là cái giá trị cao nhất của cái bài test đó, cho nên là cái câu nào sai á thì cứ ghi lại câu đó sai, xong đánh cái dấu chéo sửa, về sao cho nhớ. Kiểu như mình sai thì lần sau đứa khác nó sai mình mới nhận ra được. Rồi gì reduce motivation nè, trong việc học nè, bởi
Ừ.
vì nó có thể lose interest ở chỗ này thì lose interest đi. Rồi từ từ as nữa là sao, bởi vì nữa hả, đúng không? à, Như vậy thì ha, như vậy thì hoặc là do đó, thì nó cứ xem như là một công việc mà nó phải làm hàng ngày vậy. Và as a result, positive, so many là không đúng nha.
Ôi hả?
Mình sẽ nói là both positive, positive results and negative of these cannot be ignored. Negatives and positives, nếu mà negatives phải s và positive phải s thì nó sẽ thành danh từ. Rồi, về nhà ngày mai nha, ngày mai bóc ra sửa từng phần, sửa xong rồi thì viết lại một cái bảng, tức là mình phải chỉ ra từng lỗi sai của mình, xong mình sửa lại, mình đọc kỹ từng phần chứ không có lướt qua nha, rồi sau đó mới viết lại một cái bài hoàn chỉnh trên cái phần sửa đó. Rồi với lại làm thêm một bài nữa là ghi âm nhé, lát gửi bài rồi gửi âm thôi.